Well, I think that's part of what Scripture calls the mystery of oneness. That, like you said, Chuck, I don't know why, but that's the beautiful divine mystery of oneness. It can't be formulaic. It can't be organizationally developed. It is the presence of the Spirit that does abundantly more than we could ever imagine if we just allow Him. And I think those are great words, Chuck. You just sit next to someone and you have these feelings, and that's the Spirit doing His stuff.
Let me add, too, that you often will have some words that you feel should be said. It's nice to restrain, even though you
I thought
may
about saying some things. I thought,
of course you did.
Colleen, shut up.
Let me tell you a quick story about a friend of mine whose name is Bob. He had a young son at the time. And his son had an assignment to draw, I think it was a horse. And the man I'm talking about has a little bit of artistic ability. And he's sitting with his boy who is, horses come and look more like a giraffe.
Popsicle stick.
Like my kind of horse. And the dad looks and, he knows. I get it. So he said, here, give me that. And he took the pen and the pad and he drew this fabulous horse with shading and the mane and the muscles you could see. And he said, there's your horse. And the little boy said, but Daddy, I wanted the horse I drew. To me, that is how you help a person. They need to go through their grief at their pace. And it will take longer. See, the most useless degree I have is in fixing people. I have an excellent degree in that. Framed in gold, big seal on it, that is absolutely useless. You cannot fix anybody. Anybody. You can have a part in helping them find a direction. Just as when we give the gospel, we cannot save anybody. And I know when to be quiet now, thank goodness. I've said enough.
You do? No kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
That's good.
It's only taken me 80 years to learn this. Give me a break. Last Sunday, I was at the end of a message, and I thought, how do I just put and it occurred to me at that moment, you've said all that needs to be said. Just be quiet. Let the Spirit work. And I did. Several people said later, that's the most significant conclusion. It wasn't even a conclusion. I just stopped. Knowing when to stop is important.
Fixing is we use that term, and I use it a lot. I mean, I'm not even sure what that means. I mean, what does fixing
fix a car?
I think it's relief.
Yeah.
People come and they want relief.
Absolutely. Absence
Now,
of pain.
Do your magic, Steve.
Right.
Do your magic, Steve Fisher.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
I may not be paying you for this,
Right,
but
right.
I'm taking my time, so fix me.
That is exactly
It's
right.
to get out of pain.
It's
I think
the
that's
absence
a
of-
critical
Of course
point.
It's the absence of pain,
Right.
and yet, for the believer, we can't divorce ourselves from the fact that pain is the is it C.S. Lewis says
The
pain is
megaphone.
God's great megaphone.
Yeah.
I mean, pain is the very thing God uses to form, to draw us closer, but yet there's this push-pull as every parent, as every husband, as every wife, every friend.
Yeah.
We want to pain-proof those that we love, but yet at the corner of our minds, we have to realize that is exactly what God uses. And so there's this...
Isn't that an amazing dichotomy?
It is
I want this,
unbelievable.
but I don't want to have it God's way. I want to make it quick.
And that's, I think, the grand lesson that Peyton's life and continues to understand, because it was so beyond my fixing that I was left with sitting in it, and by sitting in it, God did an amazing work with it.
But it's miserable at times.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, there's clinical terms for people who enjoy pain. That's not what we're talking about. Is the enjoyment of pain? It's the reality in this grand doctrine of sovereignty. I mean, that's that. Will you believe? Will you behave as I believe? Is he
That's a
sovereign
good
or is he
statement.
not? And if you answer yes,
Right.
then you answer the whole package that he is. But his attributes are still those attributes of God. And that's the great privilege, the working out of our life, is learning how, in the context of tremendous pain, to hold
Yes.
on to the tremendous blessing.
Yes.
That's what we get to do as pastors. And how great is that? I mean, come on.
Okay,
How
now,
wonderful.
being in Dallas Seminary
Mm-hmm.
and having worked with so many from Dallas Seminary and so many pastors, my question is, without experience, like losing a Peyton,
Mm-hmm.
like raising a Jonathan, like caring for a parent with Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
how can a pastor incorporate this into their ministry? Because that's what I think so many are longing for.
I did a radio program many years ago. We were living in Boston, and I was on the air with another pastor, and call in. A fellow said, I don't know who he is, and he said, are you Swindoll? And I said, yeah, I am. He said, you went to Dallas Seminary? And I said, yes, I did. I did. Very grateful for my training. He said, how come you're so compassionate?
Wow.
Now, that can be taken the wrong way, and it sounds like everybody at Dallas Seminary is like
Not
that.
even close.
That's nonsense. The fact is, he'd never been around the campus, so he didn't
Sure.
know. But he had been around some who maybe had seminary training, and they were rat-a-tat-tat with those answers. I didn't do that. So first off, I think my answer would be, let the feelings show through. Don't hide from the person the cracks of your own life. The Scottish people say some things are better felt than told. Compassion is felt. I talk about it all day and not have it. Then again, I can demonstrate it and I don't need to say a word. I think to begin with, you've got to get over yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big deal.
You're not really that big
You've
of a
got-
fix-it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Teenagers help there. You helped a lot.
I helped him a few times, just a few. But remember, you have that silent thing you signed.
That's good.
No, I did help a whole lot.
You go through all of that, if for no other reason than to learn to stop dropping titles,
Yeah.
stop feeling that you're the Bible answer man. Cease all attempts to convey you're here
Yeah.
and they're there.
Yeah.
Everything you can do to bring that level closer, the better.